107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B.
Brother, when you come to the Quiet Storm, you can't get this no place else in the country.
Hey,
Cheers to you.
this is the life right here, people. bringing a quiet storm for my man here, drinking a nice glass of the blood of Jesus.
That's a nice backpedal. Now, we should mention for those of you who may have been traveling around, you didn't keep up with Spike, his last movie was called The Blood of Jesus, Blood of Jesus, which I had a chance to see at the Black Film Fest.
Yeah.
Which was pretty interesting, man. I'm not a blood guy, so it took a lot for me to adjust to that.
Mm-hmm.
But I know there was a cultural significance that was attached to that.
Well, it's a reinterpretation of a cult film called Ganja and Hess. But that was back then. But we got a new joint coming out
Friday,
Chi-Raq.
Chi-Raq. And we should let's scratch the surface a little bit, because not only did you do this film, but as I mentioned before you came in tonight, you also have another soundtrack that's associated with this film, which is impeccable.
Yes. Thank you very much. As you know, music always plays a very important part in my film. I give much attention, respect to the music. I do the actors, the costume design, the production design. I mean, music is a great vehicle, a great instrument for a filmmaker to help tell a story too.
You know, music has to be in your DNA because Daddy,
yes, you know, Father Bill Lee,
renowned jazz man, that was his life. So with Daddy,
he's still alive.
No, I know. I'm saying that was his life when he first started.
Oh yeah, I grew up in a jazz household. So
and an educational household.
Yes.
Which makes me wonder if you got whooping. Who was the disciplinary? Was it Daddy or?
You didn't see Crooklyn?
Well, I didn't know if that was the truth.
Yes, that's okay. Semi-autobiographical. Our family growing up in Brooklyn.
Got it.
No, what was very sad is that my father, Daddy, can we jump out the window? Okay, don't hurt yourself. That was my father's thing.
That's
so
crazy.
My mother was forced to be the disciplinarian. So therefore, we didn't like our mother so much because she didn't let us do anything. And she didn't like that.
Of course you didn't like that. I'm surprised. Spike Lee is with us tonight.
When's Daddy coming home? When's Daddy coming home? Daddy ain't cooking your dinner.
Well, Spike Lee's brand new film called Chi-Raq is coming out this Friday. Now, it was the backdrop of this movie is Chicago.
South Side Chicago.
Which is
two different worlds.
Yeah. It is two different worlds from what I've heard. I've never had spent quality time in the South Side of Chicago. But I heard that upon doing this film, you got some negative feedback from city officials and the mayor being at the helm of it. Can you share this?
Well, first of all, the mayor has his own problems right now.
Oh, big time. We heard about the police commissioner.
Yes, and that tape, the brutal, call it a snuff film of the murder of Laquan McDonald. They sat on it for over a year.
Unbelievable.
And now nobody knows nothing. Nobody's seen it. It's like no one knows nothing.
There needs to be some more heads that roll, and the mayor may not be excluded from that role.
Yes, they're going to bring the feds in and take it down from top to bottom.
So, overall, from what you can kind of foresee right now, would you say that your film that is about to drop, called Chi-Raq, is going to be well embraced by the folks of Chicago?
I think so. They think so. We had the world premiere 2 weeks ago in Chicago. They loved it. Last night we had the New York premiere. In fact, last night was the first time since I become a filmmaker that we didn't have a party, a celebration after
I heard
premiere. We had a march. We had a anti-gun violent march led by Reverend Al Sharpton and Father Michael Flager from Chicago.
That's great. That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if it went down. I saw your posting up on Instagram of where the movie was at the Ziegfeld in New York. But I'm glad it went down. And how was it received, the march?
Great. We have to get this word out. I know 88 Americans die every day of gun violence.
And that's why I can't understand why the Republicans are so against enforcing gun laws.
But in the United States is a zenith in Chicago South Side.
It really is.
We started shooting June 1st, and the last day of film was July 9th. During that time, from the 1st of June to July 9th, 331 people were shot, 65 murdered, and it's escalated since
In
the South Side.
What do you think is the cause of that?
It's a whole lot of different things. Poverty, bad schools, unemployment, breakdown of the African American family, racist, systemic policies, and so people feel trapped. And we have young brothers growing up today who are okay if they don't live past 18 years old.
Wow, that's devastating. I understood that there were some city funds, and I'm going to say, I'm not going to say where my sources came from, but I heard that there were some city funds that probably got dwindled. That could have went into the community to help, kids in Chicago.
There's a governor just came in, and a Republican governor, and he cut and slashed and left and right, and most of the cuts have hurt directly people of color in the South Side of Chicago.
Now some say, back in the day, all of us wasn't born with a silver spoon in our mouths. And we grew up hard, we grew up poor. But our parents was really on top of us. Obviously, your parents was on top of you as well. Right. So how much of the responsibility of what's happening out here with our kids kind of running rampant, do you feel that it might be the responsibility of parents?
Well, I think that we responsibility, but I'm not going to say there's a reason why, we are in the position where we are. So we gotta fight on both levels. We gotta deal with the powers that be, and we gotta keep our house in order too.
Spike Lee is with us tonight. 1-855-453-6694. We were periscoping just a while ago, and while we were periscoping, and we're going to periscope again before Spike leaves tonight. You were saying that this movie, Chi-Raq, is about saving lives as well.
Yes.
Expand on that. How?
Well, I just feel the power of art. And this film, when everybody worked on this film, the first thing I said to him is that we're going to save lives with this film. And I think the art is powerful. We're coming from a righteous, spiritual place. We value human lives. And we think that people are going to see this film. Some brothers might be on the edge. And this will get them off the edge and open up their eyes, lighten them and say, look, life is valuable. Life is the most treasured thing you can have. Open up your eyes, spread your horizons. Will help you. We know it's tough, but you got to come through this.
Spike Lee's film, Chi-Raq, opens up this Friday across the country. Please make it a point to see it. It's based on the lifestyle that has happened in the South Side of Chicago, and it will bring things in retrospect. And we should mention, we were going back and forth. I think Spike won the back and forth comparisons of how much musical talent has come out of Chicago. But one of the ladies that comes out of Chicago is Miss Jennifer Hudson.
Yes, the wonderful Jennifer Hudson is in this film, and one of the songs that I'm going to play next. The song I'm playing next is by Jennifer Hudson. The song was written by Malin Music, but I like to say that I was accused of treating desperate times of Chicago lightly. And if you know Jennifer Hudson's tragic history, her mother, brother, nephew were murdered on the South Side. Why would Jennifer Hudson be in a film directed by me that ridiculed the murder of her mother, brother, and nephew? And I know I wanted Jennifer for this part. I got her number, but it took me 2 weeks to get the courage to call her because I knew what I was asking her to do. And she said, Spike, I know you asked me to do? I said, I know. And she said, come on, we got to stop this madness. I'll play the role.
We have got to stop it. And it's not, obviously, Chicago is definitely at the top of the list.
Where I'm from. It's from
Brooklyn.
Bucktown.
Yeah.
It's from the Boogie Down, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Murderland, D.C., Dodge City. We keep going.
And it happens in our communities, unfortunately, sometimes at the hands of people that look like us.
Yes.
And that really has to stop. There was a brutal murder that took place in Chicago of a 9-year-old boy.
Tyshawn Lee. His father, allegedly a gang member. He was lured into an alleyway. He was executed, shot in the head, back head twice, several shots to the body. They've apprehended Two of the three people. The last guy is on the lam. Have we gotten to the point where we're executing 9 years old?
No, we shouldn't, but obviously we have gotten to that point. Anyway, look, let's run this song.
I Run
is called I Run, and it's on the motion picture soundtrack of Chi-Raq, the Spike Lee joint, the 40 Acres of the Mule joint. That's coming out Friday.
Jennifer Hudson
on the Grindstone.
Through the pain